Hello, hello, welcome guys. How is everybody today? Sorry guys, I folded up once, it fell out. Alright, just gonna give it a few more minutes for other people to join in. I am not bad. I still got a cough going on, but with me, every time I cough, it hurts my vocal cords, so that's why my voice is all acting up. So if you guys would like a read, it's first name, what kind of read, or what your question is. No legal, no health. Pregnancy, strictly yes or no. I don't know whose dog that is, y'all. I don't have a dog, but oh, thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. Brianna, you want to read? I was forgetting something. Briella, general. Okay. Let me see what I can find for you, look. Welcome in, guys. How's everybody today? All right, Briella, I'm seeing lots of self-doubt. Definitely need to be doing some healing. You're holding on to old grief. Somebody around you is being kind of greedy, like they want all the attention but don't want to give it back type thing is what I'm feeling. Are you in a relationship, sweetheart? Just left him, okay. That makes a lot of sense now. Because like you're mentally drained. You're definitely mentally drained. Your anxiety's up. You're feeling relief, some stress relief. I'm definitely getting that there's something that you started that you never finished. So I would take this opportunity to do that. It's coming through as almost like a hope or dream that you kind of gave up on. And you do have a new cycle coming in. So make sure you heal and take it one day at a time. Don't try to, right now until the pain eases, don't try to say, oh, in 6 months I'm going to do this, because things are going to continuously, rapidly change. Thank you for the follow. Yeah, he's going to still try to keep you unbalanced. He's still going to try to play mind games with you. Sorry. Mind games. There's, he's going to try to keep you unstable and a lot of confusion in your life. And he's hoping that you're going to stay silent about it, even though you're not. You're not going to deal with it. You're just going to, block him. Yes, he's going to try to get back with you, but I don't think it's something you're going to want to deal with. There's a reason you left him. But yeah, so right now the negative energy is in, and that will be moving out. Definitely with this new cycle coming in, there's going to be happy and joy coming in, like calmer waters where it's not so rough all the time. Financial stability is definitely coming in. So just create a strong foundation for yourself, and when you're ready for another relationship, it will be there. Just keep your head up, honey. You're beautiful, and one day at a time. All right, love, I hope that helps. There's a link tree in my bio, and then it will give you whatever you want to, whatever one you want to use, Cash App, PayPal, and Venmo. And please, if you donate, let me know so I can check it. Hi, Chalice, honey, how are you? You're very welcome, love. Very, very welcome. Glad to be of some help. Happy Sunday, Shelly. Hope everything's going good with you. Good. Good, good, good. I'm just fighting this little cold. I really think it's allergies. And then it just started hacking. So, and of course, Michigan weather is all over crazy. So if you guys would like a read, first name, what kind of read, no legal, no health, pregnancy is strictly yes or no. Yes, they're horrible, horrible, horrible. I thought it was allergies a while ago because I was sneezing all the time. It ended up being bronchitis. So I'm like, what the heck? So I'm not knowing, I don't know if this kind of led into bronchitis or whatnot, but it's definitely been interesting. Miss Jeanette. What kind of read would you like, love? And thank you so much for the donation. Just need to know what kind of read you want, love. I'm hoping I'm saying your name right. I'm horrible with names. Jean. Thank you. I just deleted, erase it all off. But like I got for Val the other day, she put in, she's like, Tammy, your Etsy, I always mix them up, so. Okay, awesome. Our general is, and I had people saying that they couldn't hear me, or couldn't read it because it was so small. So I just did bigger. And I love this new that they got, Chelsea, where you can swipe left and it brings up all the comments. Love it. You don't have to bend down. It makes it really large. I'm sorry, swipe to the right. My bad. I'm not sure if this has to do with work or home, but I'm definitely getting that there's somebody like trying to get in the way, almost like a third wheel trying to attach themselves to you. And there's something up going on as well that is causing you to withdraw. Definitely picking up on some anxiety. It's like anxiety, a little depression. I was thinking panic attack. It's like anxiety, a little depression. I was thinking panic attacks at first, but I mean, that's still a possibility, but I stumbled on an accident, Shelly, and anyways, it took me forever to figure out how to get it off because it wasn't bringing it up to tell me yes, home, and definitely anxiety. Okay, definitely. I mean, we all get moody, but there's some mood swinging going on. It's like there's some false information going around, like somebody's starting a rumor or along that lines, it could be not quite a rumor, it could be something, but it comes through as a rumor to me. Okay, you're putting up your defenses, because whoever's doing this is very self-absorbed. They're just trying to make your life hell for no reason. Just moved 9 hours from your taxes, mother. Yeah. That makes sense because with I was getting isolation, but then I was getting a trip, but it didn't seem to be like necessarily a fun trip. So definitely moving would be it. Yeah, it's take the time as you settle and whatnot. Along the way, start journaling and definitely take the time to start healing. There's a lot there, a lot of inner child work. But this is also where your anxiety is increasing because I'm not seeing a whole lot of friends and family. There may be some, but not a whole lot. But this is definitely a new beginning for you. Just listen to your intuition and, you know, don't be afraid to, because she's still going to contact you. She's still your mother. But don't be afraid to put her on silence when, you know, like your phone on silence and check it only once in a while. And I know that you can just silence a particular person. Or tell her to communicate mostly through emails. That will help slow down if she starts blowing you up. But you're a born leader and you've got this. You're very successful. You're kind of on the secretive side. You don't want everybody knowing your business. But with years of mental and emotional abuse, there's the burnt out feeling, but also the successful feeling now. So just keep your head up. You have a lot of good coming in. I mean, a lot of good. It's just going to come in a little slower. And I think she's still going to continue to try to be the third wheel, control your life. Thinking you're a little naive or gullible. All right, love? So put the boundaries in place and keep going forward. And keep me posted how you're doing. You're very welcome, sweetheart. Very, very welcome. Glad to be of help. Okay, guys. First name, what kind of read, or what kind of question. No legal, no health, pregnancy, strictly yes or no. Just trying to make sure I didn't get any more donation in. I had that happen the other night. I never got the notification until they pointed it out. No problem, Chelsea. I appreciate it. Selena, will I be cast into hair shots? Hair shoot. Let me find out. Oh, okay, Chelsea, that makes a lot of sense. Absolutely. Drive safe. I am getting a no. Guys are saying that there's still more work to do. I'm not sure on what, but they definitely said there's still some more work to do. It's when you go in and is it like an interview? Because that's how the guides are showing it to me. Is it's like there's an interview process, and you're kind of shy because there's guides are like she's normally outspoken but being kind of shy when going in. So walk in confidence and your head held high. It's coming in. The whatever you've been manifesting is coming in. I grabbed the wisdom deck for you, and it's literally just talking about building yourself up. Addition for no fuel product, okay. It's like just building yourself up in like the confidence, and when you go in, make sure you keep good eye contact. It's like do the inner work because it's like they want you to build your confidence and show it more when you walk in. Like you walk in and you own the room. And there's always going to be work that you can do to make yourself improve and become the person you want to be. So just take it one day at a time, and there is going to be more stuff coming up that you can get involved in. So honey, I hope that helps. Hey J Love, how are you? You're very welcome, love. Very, very welcome. See the doctor tomorrow. I'm ready. Yes, thank you, Chelsea. It's kind of a quiet day, and people have just kind of been popping in and out. Hey, Beth. You know, I was thinking the same thing, that it could be, years ago when I smoked, I got chronic bronchitis, I get it 3-4 times a year. And then I quit smoking and never had it. And then I got COVID and got pneumonia, and now I've had bronchitis once this year, hoping that this isn't. I have a feeling it is. Because sometimes I'll cough and my lungs will start burning. Just the way it is. So I'll find out tomorrow. I'm sure she'll send me for a chest x-ray. I actually ended up having to break out the medicine, the cough medicine she gave me when I had pneumonia. No, I'm not. I go see her tomorrow, so. Yeah, oh, thanks. I just kind of keep pushing through. I don't feel bad. That's the thing. It's just this cough. And then when I've always got laryngitis, but when I had pneumonia and I coughed so much and I went untreated for so long, she was already telling me it could take a long time for it to heal and get my voice back. And before this, it was coming in and out, but so I'm sure the vocal cords are bruised. But she told me, she's like, don't whisper, it makes it worse. Use your, talk regular as much as possible. Oh, thank you, sweetheart. You know, it kind of is, but boiled ginger and lemon. Oh, I will. I'll do that, Chels. I made a hot toddy the other night. I used the green tea bags. Yeah, and I didn't know that until she had told me, because I hadn't had it since I became her patient. Um, I did 2 Lipton green teas, and I did like I think it was like a 20-ounce cup, and then I put honey in there and some bourbon, and that helped. But Trisha just bought one and got limes yesterday, and I have a whole bunch of fresh ginger. I freeze it, so it's kind of frozen, but ginger, lemon. I will definitely do that. Yeah, um, when I had pneumonia, when because it was during the pandemic. Well, we're still in, but um, by the time I could get into her, even though she was sending me to the hospital, the doctors at the hospital failed to treat me because I had COVID. And so by the time I was finally able to get into the office to her, she sent me for a chest x-ray, and she put me on some heavy medication. She's like, because I fight with my weight, and she's like, now listen, she goes, this is going to make you gain a lot of weight. So the steroid was so strong, I gained 7 pounds in a week, and it was all because of the steroid. Yes, it is. A good sign. Like I kind of like knocked myself out last night with that medicine. It's got all that codeine in it, but it definitely helped. So, and I do take an antibiotic every day, but it's for my RA, so it's not one that's gonna help much of anything besides that. Yeah, when she sent me into um, the doctor, he put and she's got one since, but they put that camera down my nose and looked at my vocal cords, and they looked blocked because they were so bruised. So, and it took me forever to recover. Like, I ended up getting COVID towards the 1st of October of last year, and I finally got off all restrictions January 6th when I went in for that doctor's appointment. So it did stick around for a while. Yeah, it was, Chelsea. It was hell. You know, I went in once to the local, and because I had COVID, they made me sit outside um, on a bench because my son had dropped me off. And then after that, I called my son and let him know. I literally slept on the bench outside of the hospital because they wouldn't let me in. And then it took them, I was 6 hours before they'd finally see me. Yeah, and mine has, every time I used to get bronchitis, laryngitis was always there. Yeah, so my son, he came in, picked me up, and I had got in his, it was my vehicle, I got in it, and we sat in the vehicle for 5 hours, additional hours waiting for me to be seen after I slept on the bench for an hour. Because he had dropped me off and had some stuff to do. I'm like, no, you just finished what you're doing. And then I had went into the ER by ambulance, and they're like, oh yeah, your X-rays, or they actually did a CT, And like, yeah, it's worse than what it was a few days ago, but you got COVID, so there's nothing we can do for you. She was so mad when she found out. So, yep, I went, God, I think it was 6 weeks with pneumonia before I got any treatment. So it was crazy. All I did was sleep. And it wasn't even the COVID part that, it was the pneumonia part that got me. Yeah. And, you want to call a lawyer, but in Michigan, you can't sue a doctor or a hospital or anything like that anymore. They put a law against it. I did report it though. I absolutely did. And mind you, this is an off branch of the hospital I used to work for. Oh, thanks, Charles. Yeah, it was just one of those things that I went through, and I came out on top. And now the flip side to this, guys, is it's almost kind of scary because I had all the scar tissue. Yeah, the doctor will, but because of my lung issues, she likes to listen to it, and I'm back seeing a lung specialist. From the day I was born, I've always had issues, and then I ended up a whole bunch of medical crap going, and so I had all kinds of scar tissue in my lungs, and then she sent me back in. I had years ago, I was diagnosed with calcium deposits and nodules in my lungs, and so thank God they've all calcified, so I don't have to worry about cancer anymore right now. But I ended up going in for CTs periodically, and then they brought up the one at the one doctor's because he sent me for one, and he's like, well, he brings up the picture. He's like, well, you see all this? He goes, all this is from COVID. I said, no. I said, no, sir, it's not. Will you please bring up the one, a CT before I got COVID? And so he did, and he looked at it. I kid you not, guys. He had to go sit down and look over this because 90% of the scar tissue that was in my lungs are now gone. I have full lung capacity. Actually, I'm 46, and it comes in as a 40-year-old. He's never seen it ever. So, but I still have asthma, and I'm still very sensitive to chemicals. I always will be. But he was like just blown away. I'm like, well, yeah, isn't that crazy? And I told him, I said, why don't you get a hold of Dr. Baumgartner? I said, he's in Tennessee now. I signed paperwork for him so he could put me in books years ago. And it was funny because I had one in for a CT, and at this time I was going in for quite a few when they first found nodules and stuff, and quite a few of it. And then I had one in and had the CT. Everything was holding and looked great. A month later, I went back in, and I told him, I'm like, Doc, there's something wrong with my lung, da-da-da. He's listening, nothing. He's like, Tammy, I hear nothing. I said, Doctor, I said, Dr. Baumgartner, I will pay for the CT out of my pocket. There is something wrong with my lung. And finally, he's like, they're not going to pay. I'm like, I don't care. I'll pay for it out of my pocket. He's like, let me see if I can get them to pay for it because you're so persistent. Thank God I was, because I got the CT 48 hours later. I was on the operating room table. I ended up going in for surgery. They went through my throat and biopsied my left lung, put a chest tube, and drained 48 ounces of fluid off my left lung. He couldn't hear it, and he told me going in, he's like, either you have a lung disease or you have lung cancer. And I had nothing. There was absolutely nothing wrong with me. And then it's been over 10 years ago now that I found out I'm allergic to myself. So it's just one of these crazy things. And 'tis the reason I could never get vaccinated for COVID, is because it could kill me. You take not the unknown of being allergic to yourself, and then you add, I have a blood clotting disorder on it, and you add those together, and we never know what it's going to do. So one day I could be allergic to something, the next day not at all. And it's just my body fighting against itself. So yeah, that's what the doctor had said with my lungs. He's like, I've never seen this. And I have people, like, they laugh at me thinking I'm making it up until I pull the paperwork. I keep copies of it in my purse showing what it all is. So it is one of those crazy ass things that I just live with. It's like, if it's going to happen to me, it's going to happen. Yeah. Well, you know, I had my gallbladder out, and they told me it was cellulitis after surgery because they had the vent and they put the paper tape over it. Well, my lip had swollen up so bad that this part was touching my chin because it was so swollen and heavy. They told me it was, shit, I just said the word. But anyhow, they told me it was cellulitis. I'm like, no. And then it was years later that I found out what it really was. It took the allergist 2.5 years to diagnose me. Craziness, guys, just craziness. A little medical rundown for you. My medical's all crazy. Nope, no allergy shots. Because I'm not allergic to anything but myself, literally. We ended up doing, over the course of 2.5 years, I ended up having over, I want to say over 600 shots in my back. Because they do the little pokey things, and I never reacted to anything, not a food, nothing. And I went into a follow-up, and we were talking, and I'm like, doctor, I said, I get a piece of my hair on myself, and if I don't get it off when I first feel it, it will leave an outline on my body. And that, like, instantly clicked, and he's like, there's no way this is, and he's like, I'll be back. So about 45 minutes later, he come back in. He's like, this is what you have. And it is such a huge, long word. I'm like, there is nope. And so he gave me the paper. He's like, literally, you're everything on both of these papers. I'm like, oh my God. Because he sat down and he started circling what it was. He's like, and as he read more and more, he's like, no, you're everything on these. I was like, just dumbfounded. But the thing with, see, nobody else is in here but us. The thing is with my medical is a lot of my medical issues are not even my medical issues. I mean, I have them, but when my mom was pregnant with me, she ended up with leukemia, and she refused treatment. They wanted her to abort me, and she refused. And they told her that she'd be lucky for me to turn 5. Well, I barely turned 11 when she had passed. But all the medications she was taking back then, after she had me, they didn't know that I was coming to me through breast milk, and I was absorbing it through her skin. So a lot of my medical issues is side effects from her meds. Yes, ma'am, transferred to me. And here's the kicker. It took until I was pregnant with my daughter for my gynecologist to figure it all out. Every time I went to the doctor, he wanted a copy of everything. And he started just digging and doing the research. And that's how then he started doing some of the testing. And he's like, oh my God, everything. And then you test me right now for thyroid and everything else, everything's negative. It always comes back normal, besides the factor 5. And when I found out I had that, literally, ladies, I don't know how I'm still here. I had my hysterectomy, and a month later, I was in the hospital. I had pneumonia in both lungs and a blood clot in both lungs. I laid flat on my back for 14 days. It was bad. And then that's when they finally, that was my 3rd time having blood clots, finally took and sent out the word and came back that I was positive. And with me now, I'm like, it is what it is. Well, now, my daughter, Trisha, my only daughter, when she was 14, They tested her blood, and she has it. It's just not active. Yes, ma'am. I sure was. I feel the same way. There's a purpose for me being here, and literally until I found Shelly, I was kind of stumbling because in 2014 I became disabled. So I can't, well, I can work, but nobody will hire me for the little bit that I can do. And then I found Shelly and I watched her faithfully from her very first time going live on down. Is when I found her. Oh, thanks, guys. Yeah, so, and then this is like, once I let my guard down and the intuition come back in, and then I swear everything from my mom started coming back in. Well, it's true though. I was lost. And then I found you, and everything started changing. And I still do your intuition test every time I see them come up. Actually, and I used to go and look and, you know, stuff like that. And now I wait for them to come up. And then I will pick the one, and I always heart the one I pick, but I watch all the videos. Oh, me too. You have changed my life more than you know, lovely. And then Val, oh, we got super close. I love that. But if anybody wants to read, put your name in and what kind of read. I absolutely. Thank you guys for letting me chat with you and share a little bit of my crazy, crazy life. So. Yes, Val is so amazing. Oh, you're very welcome. Thanks for letting me ramble, guys. Yeah, it's just little bits of here and there that, and you know, I have my mom's 3 girls. I'm my dad's only child, though. I was the one that was, I used to think it was a curse of the memory. Like, there's things I remember that I shouldn't, because with being born with asthma, especially in the 70s, they didn't know as much. So they, I would be in the hospital in these oxygen tents, and I asked my mom when she was still alive, because I'm like, all I remember is a lot of thick plastic and a yellow top and it covering my entire body, but it was the entire crib. And she's like, yeah, those were the oxygen tents you were in when you were born. For 6 months of my life, back and forth to the hospital. One of those crazy, crazy things. Yeah. It is super crazy. Like me being allergic to myself, guys, this is crazy because like the bottom of my feet would swell, and I'd be like flat-footed. My hands would like swell so bad that it was like this, and so yeah, it's simple. Yes, I buy I ground it fresh, and then I make a whole pot and make it extra strong. And because I'm trying to lose some weight, so I put ice up to here, and then I fill it up with coffee. I use 2 tablespoons of creamer, and then the Ross, it's at Aldi's. It's a mocha iced coffee, and fill that bad boy up. Total of 1 cup of the mocha. So between it all, it's like 180 calories. I just rounded up to 200. And that's one of my favorite drinks. And then now, because I can't, every time I get pneumonia, I can't stand pop. Every time. So, iced coffee. And I was like, okay. And my daughter's like, Mom, you're the only one that drinks that out of the jar. I said, I don't know why. Hi, Beth Love. But it tastes the best. I think it's the glass, honestly. So, how is Beth today? But yeah, oh, real fast before I forget. So, to keep myself balanced, I take a Claritin every morning, a Zyrtec every night, and then I have prednisone in my bedside table. Yes. You know, I've several people have told me that coffee helps open the lungs. So does tea, if you can stand to drink it like heavy dark. Oh yes. I don't blame you there, Beth. Well, Allegra I cannot take, but so I take Claritin in the morning, Zyrtec at night. I have a standing order for prednisone. Yes, black tea's my. Oh, I need to try the. I can't find the black tea. I'll have to order it. All our stores has like bedtime and everything else, but no black. The original black tea. We don't even have the rifle coffee up here, guys. So when if it starts acting up and that stuff don't work, I have to start taking Pepsid. Yeah, but it's a direct interaction of my medications. I'm on, what is it, 28 or 30 prescription medications, including prescription strength Benadryl is one of the many. Oh, I'm writing that down. So yeah, so, and I asked him, I'm like, Dr. McAvoy, what's Pepsid? He's like, well, it might do, you know, it might help with your acid reflux, but there's a whole other side of your stomach that it will treat for your allergies when they act up. Yep, and that's why I take the Zyrtec at night. And there's a lot of allergies. And okay, here's another thing. It's really weird. I have the regular asthma, and then I also have that cold-induced asthma. So if it's cold outside and I take a regular breath, it takes my air right away. It's like, but knock on wood, I hardly ever have to take my inhaler. And then if I sleep at night and it's chilly and the window's open, or I have a fan on me, or AC or anything, and it's too cold, it instantly makes me sick. It's crazy. So. I think I need to have more little just talks. This is fun, guys. Yes, it is so miserable. And another odd thing, hello love, is that I'm allergic to hydrogen peroxide, guys. That was, and it didn't even come up on the allergy test for an actual allergy, but any place that hydrogen peroxide touches, my hands will turn pitch white, like white as the paper, white, and then it will start hiving up around it. So it's stupid crazy. So every time I dye my hair, it doesn't even matter if I'm just covering the roots. They all have hydrogen peroxide, or actually pretty much natural color back. And I have to take the Benadryl. Ibuprofen. Wow, Beth. Now my son, my oldest son Nick, he's allergic to Tylenol. When he was little, it would cause him to bounce off walls. Now one regular strength Tylenol can knock him on his ass up, you know, out cold for up to 12 hours. I've tried the Flonase, and I do have that, but it doesn't work as well. And, you know, it's funny because, like, the one time they sent me home with Lyrica, back when they were doing the trials, so I didn't go through my pharmacy, and it was a direct interaction with one of my other drugs that I take, and I walked out of the bathroom, and I said to my son, my kids were in the kitchen, and I said, Nick, I don't feel right. I feel like I'm drunk. And he had to catch me because I collapsed. So it was crazy. And then, sure enough, if it's not a direct interference. Yeah, I couldn't imagine being another ibuprofen. Because that's what it sounds like. And then, like, Dilaudid. They gave me Dilaudid one time. I vomited profusely for 3 hours. Even when they're giving me the medication to stop it. 3 hours before I got it out of my system. Because it was by IV, of course. And then penicillin is the only actual medication that the doctors would give me all the time. Flonase, yeah. And you know, you can buy that one over the counter now. It's just crazy. And right now, I'm holding off on 3 surgeries. I'm too stubborn, and I will wait until something gives. But I have a feeling my knee will be the one I can't wait too much longer on. I need a knee replacement on my right knee. And then I need cadaver disc put in my back and cadaver disc put in my neck. And I go off for the pain shots for my neck of my blood thinner. And right now I'm struggling to get it to level off. Oh, you drive safe. Thanks for having. We love you too. Absolutely love you, girl. Yeah. Just little ouches. So, I just keep going. Hey, kitty. You're welcome, love. Drive safe. Spend some time with the kiddos. I love chatting to you. I could talk your ear off. I'm such a talker, guys. My kids tell me I ramble. Thank you for the likes, guys. Appreciate it all. You guys got me up to 2.4K. How are you feeling today, sis? Yeah, and anybody wants to read, first name and what kind of read or what your question is. And no legal, no health, and pregnancy strictly yes or no. Been struggling with releasing bitterness, I think. It probably is what blocking it. You got your boundaries set high. Definitely got some healing to do. Yes, we are. See, you're longing to find the old you, the original, like you, fresh out of high school, determined, take the world on, and it's like You want it to feel like you belong. It's almost like you feel like certain times you're the black sheep. You definitely just have to write it down, get it out, speak it into existence. It will help. And then you just guide through it and go back as a younger, go back, meditate, yoga, whatever helps you to get to that place. And just tell the younger you that you are, that you're going to be okay and you're going to get through this. It is been hard to... It is very hard. I use... I use this. It's helping with your shadow work. Now, and at the top of each page, it'll ask you a question of some sort, and then you can journal underneath it. Like this one, how often do I feel judged? This is how I tell if it's real or imagined. So this book, it's on Amazon. It was like $10. The best book I've ever had. Shadow work promoted by completion of journal. I need to do a storefront like Shelly so you guys can just log on. Who's the author? It doesn't tell me. It has a copyright, but it actually says it's available on Amazon in here. And it just gives you a link tree. If you send me, follow me in my link tree. Follow me on Instagram or that Facebook, and I will send you a picture or a link to it, actually. I took a few minutes to get on your live. I need to learn how to use this app a little. Oh, absolutely. I will absolutely show you this, too. It's so easy, but they keep changing it so much. You're welcome, love. But, there's some things there that you've forgotten about too, because there's been other big things. So as you heal, kind of make a list of people that have hurt you and or has left that bad mark on you, and write their names down, and so you can go back and you can heal and forgive. You'll never forget. But heal, forgive, and release that ball of chain. It will make all the difference. I grabbed this. This is a newer love deck of mine. I put up a couple of videos. Yeah. So you're definitely, the guides are like screaming for you to get more in touch with your spiritual connection, just to help ground yourself and be able to open up more. Love is all around you. It's there whenever you want it in, guys. These cards are so pretty. And you have to have faith, and the past loved ones that you have lost are coming to you in different colors of butterflies. The other day, for instance, on mine is, you know, they say cardinals is when a loved one's around you. I hardly ever see cardinals here in Saginaw. And I had one like literally just sitting in the middle of my driveway when I pulled in the other day. And it just so happened to be my cousin's birthday that was killed in the war. And, yeah. And so, like, think back on the color you're seeing. Like, if it's the common butterfly with the beautiful orange, just sit back and think that could be a past hunter. That could be a past person that their favorite color was orange. A lot of whites, yes. And that's the white light. That could be several people that has passed and you don't necessarily can't relate a color to them. But above all, just choose love. Choose you. Love yourself. Build yourself up. The amount of work you have to do in the shadow life, behind the scenes, is not going to happen overnight. It is going to take you a while. Now, once you get into it and understand how it works the best for you, you'll be able to knock it out faster. But the total from this day, I give it 2 years from this day. If you put in the work, you will be complete. And don't be surprised if you're not sent where I am in a couple of years, because you have the abilities. You are definitely, you're definitely a clear. I think you're clear audio. I know I am as well, and it's new to me because it kind of throws you off. But it's where you will think somebody's talking to you, and there's nobody there. Like, actual words I can hear, and I will think it's a child, and I'll turn around, what'd you say? I didn't hear you. And they're like, Mom, we didn't say anything. So it took me by surprise for a minute there. But you definitely have the ability, and everybody has spirit guides. Yeah. It does at sometimes. I know the same. It's one of those things that just tell them to leave you alone. You'll let them through when you're ready, type thing. You just basically, and Chelsea taught me this, Shelly did, is you control them. They don't control you. And that's how I found out, too, when I was, how I became, knowing that I was a medium. Yes, ma'am, I didn't know either. There's so much research and stuff I do, just like empath is what it's called, but there's 5 different clears, and they break them down into the clears, but it's a form of empath. Is I was driving to my BFF, Katie's, and I had left my house. Mind you, we are like a mile and a half apart, if that. And I left my driveway and had an entire conversation with my cousin that had died 10 years previous. And it didn't dawn on me until I pulled in her driveway that had just happened. And then ever since then, it's been just here. But yeah, there's a lot. I even took and went as far as printing them out. So when people ask, so sis, you know how I told you I had my wish list for it, is extremely long. That's why. It's actually I set a storefront for the stuff that I've bought off Amazon. Yeah. Yep, it's right in my link tree that I was showing you the other day. If you go on my bio from here or the other one, then it's there. You can click on it. It is stupid crazy long. But But there's a bunch of books that I need to get. But yeah, there's 6 different clear art. Empath is, of course, one of them. A lot of people will say they're an empath and put it in the line as clear, so it makes it just easier because that's what everybody thinks it is. But I even, where's it at? I even went through and printed out all of 2022's moons, so we knew when retrograde and everything was coming in. It's super nice to have that heads up. So anyway, if y'all would like a read, let me know. Oh sis, I'll figure out this for you. Yes, and I have my door closed. You're very welcome, love. Very, very welcome. Okay, sis. So, I actually thought about this earlier, and and then I just thought about it again. The best I can tell, you're looking at Wednesday before they get that part in, or get it in and fixed. So, crossing our fingers that it's sooner, but think Wednesday. I would love for it to be Monday for you. Oh, and also, sis, up in the top right corner, it says how many people's in the room. If you click on that and you see the moon is, I literally got the picture off this book. This up top, just make sure it's actually me with the updated photo. Is my other account. Yeah, she's super loud. If I didn't have the radio on and everything else, so you couldn't hear her so much in the background. She's annoying. She does that all night. Yeah, so that's my backup account. I'm actually TikTok famous enough to have people trying to steal my identities. I think there's 8 accounts out there, fake accounts. And then also, like this one is Samara's wish bottle. So this one is for her, for like anxiety, stress, all around healing. It pretty much is for all the bottles I did. And then, but Samara's is also for the extra knowledge. And then on Kylie's, I put in common sense. And I just try to remember what you tell me about the girls, like. And then Alana's has got the healing, and especially based on her risk, but healing overall. And then Kylie's has also got, I put quite a bit of sage in hers because of all the healing that needs to be going on. And then Jamie, I just put a little bit of everything in. I did for the girls too. It has a little bit of everything. But for Jamie's, I didn't know exactly one to go off. But for your girls, it definitely put in the extra little bit for their for them. And then this one here, and I don't know if he's gonna want it, and I haven't put sage in it yet, is for Elton. But I guess I'm gonna jump off and go get some things. Sorry, I'm here. I'm gonna jump off and get some stuff started. I'll probably try to come back on. You're very welcome. Very, very welcome, sis. Just kind of, like I said, I just got to seal them. And with Elton, I'm not drawn to putting the sage in for his. So if I am, I will. But I put in a lot, like a lot, I'll show you, of clarity for him. Because I put in, like, bigger pieces than what I get in your guys's. That's all for the clarity. So there's like 5 or 6 pieces in there. Like I said, I put clarity in for everybody, but I don't know if they're gonna, I don't know how much he's into it or not. You can just tell him it's a wish bottle and it brings good luck. That's good. I'm glad. We're just catching up on. But alright, sis. Unless somebody else is in here that I don't see and you want to read, let me know. Other than that, I'm going to jump off. It's such a quiet Sunday. It's unusual. Alright, sis. Love you. Oh, thank you guys for all the likes. Appreciate it.